Most developers are using AI like a slightly better Google search. But as a senior engineer, that's not how you should be using it. Instead of throwing random prompts into a chatbot, I use Claude Code to think through problems, explore designs, and speed up the parts of the development cycle that normally take hours. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact workflow I use as a senior engineer to make Claude Code a real force multiplier, how I set up projects, how I keep context clean, and how I get Claude to catch its own mistakes.
Hello everyone, my name is Gaurav. I am a software architect and a AI content creator. I've been using Claude Code almost every day across real projects, and there is a huge difference between using Claude Code as a simple code generator versus using it as an engineering buddy. By the end of this video, you will have a concrete, repeatable workflow that you can plug into your own projects. So let's dive in, let's get started, and let's see how you can use Claude Code more efficiently and rather than using it as just another code generation tool. Let's get started.
Before we talk about how, let's get clear on what Claude Code is. Claude Code is a command line and IDE AI agent built by Anthropic that can read your files, run commands, edit code, and work inside your real codebase context. Unlike a simple chat interface where you copy-paste snippets, Claude Code lives next to your project in your terminal or editor and can work semi-autonomously through tasks you give it. Think of it less like autocomplete and more like a very fast, very literal junior engineer who follows written procedures extremely well. When most people install Claude Code, they immediately start throwing prompts at it. Don't do this. The very first thing I do in any new repo is run the init command so Claude scans the project and auto-generates a Claude.md file. Think of this as the onboarding doc you'd write for a new engineer on your team. Except this one is for your AI. A good Claude.md covers three things: what the project does, where things live, and how work gets done, tech stack, conventions, key file paths, and dev commands for build, tests, and lint. Without it, every session has to rediscover the codebase from scratch, which burns tokens and causes inconsistent behavior. With it, Claude already knows your build command, your routing structure, and even the coding style you prefer. Here is a pro tip that senior engineers follow. Keep Claude.md lean. People are tempted to dump a 1,000-line spec, but Anthropic's guidance and real-world experience both suggest that 100 to 200 focus lines is a sweet spot, enough to be useful, not enough to dilute the signal. For model choice, you don't have to overthink it. I default to the highest quality model for complex engineering tasks, and only drop down to lighter models when I hit usage limits or I'm doing trivial edits. The key idea is to use the strongest reasoning model when you're designing systems or touching risky parts of the codebase. Use cheaper ones for boilerplate. Following that principle, you can use Haiku and Sonnet for lighter tasks, and go full throttle on Opus when you need deep reasoning. Now, the feature that changes everything for senior workflows is plan mode. In plan mode, before Claude touches a single file, it reads the relevant code, then lays out an implementation plan, which files will change, what the logic flow is, and where the risks are. You can review and edit that plan before any code is written. If you skip planning, you often get code that technically compiles but solves the wrong problem or modifies the wrong layer. Then you spend the next hour debugging architecture, not syntax. My rule of thumb: as a senior engineer, always go through plan mode for any non-trivial change. Treat it like a design review. Push back on the plan, correct assumptions, and only then say, okay, implement this plan. Here is a good example of a plan-based prompt. You're working in plan-only mode. Propose a step-by-step plan to add rate limiting to this API without changing any public endpoint contracts. Call out files to touch, risks, and tests to add. Wait for my approval before editing. Next habit that almost no one uses: the clear habit. Claude's context window is finite. When it fills up with old history, things get weird. It forgets constraints you set earlier, makes odd decisions, and wastes compute trying to juggle stale conversation. So every time I finish a task and start a new one, I explicitly clear the session. Each task gets a fresh context, but I can always pull up previous prompts from history if I need them. Don't treat Claude like one giant never-ending chat. Treat it like a series of focused working sessions, each with a clear goal and clean slate. That one habit alone will dramatically improve quality and consistency. Once your basics are solid, start investing in slash commands. These are saved prompts stored in your project, for example, in .claude/commands folder that you trigger with a single keyword, perfect for things you do every week. For example, I have a /PR summary command that generates a PR description. What changed, why, risks, and how to test. I have another for add unit tests for this file that follows our team's testing style. The mental model. Anything you do more than once a week in your engineering workflow deserves a slash command. You should not be rewriting the same long prompt over and over. Now we get to my favorite part, making Claude catch its own mistakes. Claude Code supports hooks, scripts that fire automatically at specific points, like after edits. You can wire these hooks to run your build, your tests, and your type checker every time Claude saves a change. So instead of you manually running tests after each AI change, the loop becomes Claude edits hooks, run checks failures, show up Claude, sees the errors, and fixes them. Setting this up might take 20 minutes, but the payoff is huge. In your CLAUDE.md or hooks config, you literally tell Claude, after every edit, run build, tests, and type check. If anything fails, treat it as a blocker and fix before moving on. The result? You come back to cleaner, greener output, instead of a pile of silent regressions. Once you trust your setup, you can run parallel Claude Code sessions to scale yourself. The simple version, open Claude in multiple panels or terminals, each working on a different problem, one on a bug fix, another on a new component, as long as they're in separate files. The more robust version, use Git worktrees, so each Claude session operates on its own branch with its own directory. They can never step on each other's changes, and you can review and merge them independently. My workflow goes like this. Create a worktree per feature branch, attach one Claude session to each, let them run while I do code reviews or meetings, then come back and review the diffs like I would from a teammate. Parallel sessions are great, but we can go further with subagents and skills. Subagents are separate agents defined in something like a .claude.agents folder, each with its own name, rules, and focus. For example, a security reviewer agent or a DB specialist. Your main Claude session can delegate tasks to these subagents, which run in isolated contexts and return results back into the main flow. That keeps your primary conversation clean and lets you specialize behavior. Skills are like playbooks encoded in Markdown. How we refactor a service, how we do a release, how we run performance investigations. They define multi-step workflows and can be reused across sessions and projects. The way I think about it, commands are shortcuts, skills are institutional knowledge. They turn the way you think as a senior engineer into something your AI assistant can reliably follow. Finally, for more advanced setups, there's MCP, Model Context Protocol. MCP servers let Claude Code talk to external services like GitHub, Slack, databases, or even Perplexity itself. Configure a server once, and suddenly Claude can pull PR comments, check Slack for the latest design feedback, or query a database directly as part of its workflow. At that point, Claude stops being just a code writer and becomes more like an autonomous engineer operating inside your real environment, with you still in charge of the decisions. No matter which features you use, there are 3 habits I recommend you follow every time. Be specific, keep tasks small, and always do plan-execute review. Vague prompts produce vague code. Huge tasks produce massive diffs that are hard to review. Instead, describe exactly which files to touch, what constraints apply, and what good looks like, then let Claude handle one small step at a time. And always follow the sequence. Plan before touching code, execute in small steps, review before you merge. Every feature we talked about, plan mode, validation hooks, subagents, skills, exists to enforce one of those phases. So, to recap the senior engineer workflow for Claude Code, set up a tight CLAUDE.md, always use plan mode for non-trivial work, clear context between tasks, create / commands and skills for repeat workflows, wire up a validation loop, and scale yourself with parallel sessions, subagents, and MCP where it makes sense. Used this way, Claude Code doesn't replace your engineering judgment, it amplifies it. You stay focused on architecture, constraints, and trade-offs, while Claude handles exploration, boilerplate, and repetitive execution. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Which part of this workflow do you want a deep dive video on next, validation loops, subagents, or MCP? I will see you in the next video. Till then, have a good one.